Hello, today I'm going to be opening the Space Marines Tactical Squad. This video is meant as an overview of what's in the box, and I'll talk about the different weapons included and possible strategies and synergies for the game. So Tactical Squads are the original gunline troops of the Space Marine Army before Primaris Marines were created, and they're a versatile and fairly cheap unit to field. This kit costs £30 from Games Workshop, but you can find these cheaply elsewhere. Alternatively, the Start Collecting Space Marine set includes a tactical squad. So as you can see in this box, you get a large variety of weapons in it. Aside from the basic bolt guns that each Marine has, there are lots of special weapons, a missile launcher, pistols and melee weapons for the Sergeant, as well as options to build any combi weapons you need. So I'm going to open this now and we can look at what's inside. Included in the box, you can see there are 3 sprues with all the parts you need to build them on. 1 bag of bases, these are standard 32mm bases for your troops. A set of decals for the squad, and these have the Ultramarines insignia, as well as all the markings for the squads and several numbers here. Finally, you have the instructions, and these go through all the stages you need to build your Marines, and so all of the weapons that you can give them. I'm going to go through all the parts on each individual sprue, starting with this one. So this one comes with all of the heads, and all of these heads are unique. There are 16 in total. 3 of them have no helmet, for the Sergeant probably. There are 10 with the standard helmet, all of them are different, and then 3 with the different helmet with the long nose. Then these 10 pieces here are just the backs of the torso, they're all the same, nothing special about them. Then you've got a power sword and chain sword if you want to give it to the Sergeant. Now there are the 10 backpacks here. Most of these are unique, but some of them are the same. You've also got the fronts of the torso, and there are some different ones here. You can see the detail there. Finally, there are some grenades, 10 purity seals, and some extra bits for the Sergeant. So there's really not much on this sprue of interest, it's pretty much the same parts. This is the next sprue, and this has the legs on it. All of them are different, so you can combine them with any of the torsos to make several unique positions. You also have all of the shoulder pads, and there are a lot of duplicates here. However, some of them have a bit of extra detail. There are some with some finer detail that you can probably give to the Sergeant, and a few of them don't have any rim. Also on this one, there are the parts to build the missile launcher and the backpack, a bolt pistol in its holster, a melter bomb, a scroll of parchment, some spare missiles. Then there's the banner for the Sergeant and the choice of 3 banner tops, and finally 6 pouches of different shapes. So this is the last sprue that comes in the box. This one has all of the weapons and special weapons that you can give them. So it's got 10 bolt guns in here. All of these are unique with a couple of slight details that distinguish them from the others. There are all of the arms that you can give them to be holding the bolt guns or the pistols or anything else. Now the Sergeant has the choice of the plasma pistol or grav pistol if he wants them. And there's also parts to build a combi grav, combi melter, combi plasma or combi flamer. This sprue also has the special weapons, the grav gun, plasma gun, melter gun and flamer, not a heavy flamer, just a normal one. There are lots of extra parts here, a couple of knives, a bolt pistol, a power fist for the Sergeant. Then there are 2 scopes for the bolt guns here. These parts are more parts for the Sergeant, and finally there are some hands, 1 holding an auspex, 1 with a knife, 1 pointing, 1 holding a magazine, so you'd cut the magazine off one of the bolt guns so it looks like they're reloading it, and then 1 throwing a grenade. And that's all of the parts included in this model. Now I'll go over some strategies you can use your tactical squad in. So as you can see, this is a tactical squad's datasheet. They have the troops battlefield role, 5 power or 18 points each, and it can have between 5 and 10 marines, one of which is a sergeant. They've all got a move of 6, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+, strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds, and the standard marines have 1 attack, the sergeant has 2. This is the main difference between them and Primaris marines, because the Primaris marines have 2 attacks each and 3 for a sergeant, but they have the same leadership. Space Marine has 7, sergeant has 8, and they have a 3+ save. Now each one's got a bolt pistol, bolt gun and grenades. The bolt pistol, everyone knows what that is. Pistol 1, 12 inches, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. And the bolt gun is 24, rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP 0 and 1 damage. So the grenades, the frag grenades, they're both ranged 6 inches. Frag grenade is grenade D6, strength 3, 0 AP, but it has the blast keyword, but you're probably not going to be using that very much unless you're going against a horde of very weak units. But the crack grenade is 6 inches, grenade 1, strength 6, AP -1 and damage is D3, so that's a little more useful. So I'll talk about the weapons options you can give them in a minute, but first the abilities. So they have combat squads, which means if they have 10 marines in the unit, they can be split into 2 equal sized units of 5. This might be useful if you want to use them for holding objectives, or if you've seen your enemy army and you want to change your strategy slightly. They also have the Angels of Death ability, and that means they have And They Shall Know No Fear, Combat Doctrines, Shock Assault and Bolt of Discipline. For the Combat Doctrines, this unit will probably benefit most from being in the Tactical Doctrine, because those AP -1 bolt guns will be a lot more effective, especially against light infantry. Their keywords to note would be infantry and corps, meaning that they can interact with a lot of aura abilities from captains and lieutenants in your army. So these are all the different weapons that you can give the Space Marines. If you're in a squad of 10, then you can have one replace their bolt gun with a weapon from the heavy weapons list, and another replace their bolt gun with a weapon from the special weapons list. If you have fewer than 10, then you have to choose one from either the heavy weapons list or special weapons list. The sergeant can also take a pistol instead of their bolt pistol, and they may replace their bolt gun with either a combi weapon, another pistol, or a melee weapon. There are lots of options for the sergeant, and I won't go into all of them in detail. I'll make another video soon about this, but these are all the weapons that you can give the Marines. So that's all for this time. I'll put a link down below for the tactical squad if you want to buy one, and next time I'll probably be talking about their strategies in more detail.